right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the P2P live stream. It is a beautiful Wednesday morning here in Western Florida, Southwestern Florida, actually. Current temperature is 78 degrees. It is partly sunny for today. We should expect some light rain around 1 p.m. In all seriousness, no. Looks like CPI or PPI or whatever the news announcement was today has already propelled things in a direction, and that's good. Looks like we have some previous month's levels being triggered. That's also good. Letting some people flow in. Everybody, if you want to come in and say hello, don't lurk in the background. There's 30 people in here right now. If you could like the stream, I'd also appreciate that. Marlon, Polly, Mustang, Iandra, Shaky, Carlo, John. Good morning, good morning. All-time highs on the indices. Yeah, it sure is. Michaela, good morning. Anita, hello. Sahil, good morning to you. I gotta tell you, I have been really taking a liking to the blues music. A little bit of southern blues. I think I'm a big fan. And I've been listening to these, they're basically the Gospels or books of the Bible, saying basically like they turned it into songs. They turned the Bible, the books of the Bible, into a blues song, and they'll have like a 50 minute video of just blues songs from the Bible. Yeah, it's just so good. Big fan. Especially if you're somebody that maybe doesn't like maybe don't like isn't the correct phrase to use, but if you're somebody who, doesn't care for the old gospel hymns and you want something a little different, really good. Yeah, Paulie, the Psalms is what actually got me on it. All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you are doing well. Just a reminder, I'm not a financial advisor. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without express applying warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. Great. Let's get rid of this. All right. Starting on the NASDAQ, as always, we got this weird-looking day back over here. We talked about this. This was the first red day. Get this. There we go. Hey, where'd my... there it is. This is the first red day back over here that did not go down the following day. We had an inside bar on Monday. Yesterday, on Tuesday, actually turned into an opening range breakout to the upside. They broke out of... I think that's previous week's high as well. Ended up going up and breaking out of there. So I'm going to mark this off real quick. This is breakout day 1, 2, 3, 4... Breakout day 4. We're into breakout day 5. Why am I even, talking about that? Well, the market's going up. That's what this is telling me. The market's going up. We've just triggered a previous month's level way over here. I'm not, yeah. So we triggered a previous month's level. We're at all-time highs. What is that actually telling me? Not much. It means that all time frames are involved. It means that there are much higher potential for trading setups, but it does not necessarily mean there is a trading setup. So what I mean by that is I need to look for a signal day that would tell me that based off of what has happened today or is happening yesterday, that I might have a trading opportunity for today. So I would need to go down to a 5-minute chart and say, are we making lower lows and lower highs yet? Or should I wait for a first red day or maybe a breakout day one to the downside? It's looking like option 2. We're at previous month's high. We're broken out. The market's been going up. Market go up. Market not go down, right? It just keeps on going up. We're looking at the back half of the week, looking for a 3-day setup. Today's Wednesday. On the front half of the week, and then we're going towards the back. We're in an opening range breakout, going higher. It might be best to just wait for a minute. All right, let's go on to oil. Maybe we could find something a little bit better. Okay, I like this a little bit more. We'll go back to a 15-minute chart. I think we are back at previous month's highs on here as well. We are. All right. We've traded back into the high of the previous week as well. Previous month's high, all that good stuff. Right? Yeah. Pin through it. On the week itself, though, we had Monday opening range, Tuesday breakout, and then now today back up into the high. Okay. So I'm going to list out put out my high of day there. We've triggered the high of the day. We've broken out of the high of the day. We've gone higher. Honestly, I think that's all I can really do. I'm going to come back to this. Let's go on to something else. I'm not feeling too good about it. All right. All right. So this is better. This is better. Why does this immediately catch my attention? Everybody that's out there, why does this immediately catch my attention? Please. I've been doing this for a long time. What other details, Marlon? Yes, first red day. What other details on the day today could maybe make me believe that this could be a setup? We got first red day. All right, so market go up, right? We've been breaking out, going higher, higher, higher. Can't seem to find a top. We had a first red day back here on Thursday, triggered the previous day's low, and continued to go higher the next day, which is a trapping signal. Then we have day 1, day 2, day 3 of breakouts, and a first red again. They've also triggered the previous day's low, which could be a lower low. Good. All of you saying lower low, first red day. Heck yeah, that's what I like to see. Does that mean it's going down today? Well, we just saw the exact same thing over here, and it went up. So, no, it does not mean it will go down today. What it does mean is it can give me something to look for. It gives me a setup to look for. So, on the day itself today, are we making higher highs and higher lows, or have we broken down and began to make lower lows and lower highs? I think it's iffy. We do have an engulfment at the high of the day and a pin hammer and follow through. But on the day itself, maybe not necessarily broken down. We had higher highs over here and higher highs over here. So maybe if I consider this. I would say that it's iffy at best. Toxic, yeah. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I think that there's potential here, but I need to definitely see strong breaks to the downside. We had a peak formation put in down at the low. It looks like between 75 and 25, so maybe a 50-ish pip box. I could maybe even measure from 50 to 100. So from here to here could be my ground level. Let's see. We had 50, 50, and 50. They've extended that much higher, so I don't think that's accurate. I think they're moving in 100 pip increments. So we might have a full 100 pip box down here. 100, 100, and 100. That would put me up here. I'm not really sure if I like this either, if I'm being honest. Three minutes to the open. I've got two more pairs to go through, so I'm going to try and hurry, but I would say at the very least, this is something to watch. Maybe not great to watch, but something to watch. All right, let's look at the Russell here. Okay, so the Russell looks a little different than everything else. An inside bar, they came down, they triggered the low. We got a first red day on Tuesday. They triggered previous day's low, went back into consolidation and went vertical. It's day one of the cycle. They've hit both sides of the range on a Tuesday, setting us up for Wednesday, which has gone vertical to the upside and is now pulling back. Let's see here. I kind of want to make this a permanent fixture. I've liked having the EMA up on the screen. It's a nice visual. It's been a nice visual. I don't really know, because this is broken out, right? It's broken out to the upside, but not really, because this triggering of the low here and this pop up 1, 2, then maybe 3. I think that's what I would have to wait for, is this high to fail. And that would make the most sense for this first red. And then it would just be a pump for a dump back to previous day's low. But that might be wishful thinking. Let's go into oil. Okay, oil, we had a breakout day on Friday, and then Monday, a first green. Tuesday, spiked up through the high, creating a higher high. Which could just be a part of a 3 peaks pattern, maybe, but could also just be a part of the squeeze. 3-day template-wise, first green, higher high, and then today. I don't think I like this either. 9:30. Let's get everything up here. Yeah, so my problem with this pair, right, is just that yeah, we're back up at the high of the previous week, high of the previous month, and all that stuff, and this could fail. I'm fine with that. I subscribe to that, but I think that maybe the Russell, based off of actual templates, would technically be better. I think it would be technically better because we have a first red day, which is a signal day, and I would have to be watching this based off of that. All right, and then oil, to be fair, I really don't know. In gold, I do have a solid thesis, so I can watch gold. Watching NASDAQ and golf, yeah, that's kind of what I'm watching too. 15-minute chart. That would mean that we need to wait for a full 15-minute bar closure to feel really good about that. What's going on? Okay, 9:32 in the morning. Let's see what's gonna happen. I'll just tell you all now, gold for whatever reason does not feel like it's gonna go down. The bars are making lower lows and lower highs, which is good. So like we have this bars close right here. It's a lower close, like a lower high close. It's gone lower, and then we haven't closed back above that yet, which is good. Wonder if we'll get a first bounce. But that's not really what I want to see. And this was the highest. Monday was the highest close within the week. Very interesting. I do not need all of these lines. I don't need them. We do have this level that I should be projecting across over here, because that is definitely relevant. Tis absolutely relevant. All right, here we go. Trying something new today. This is Summit Tropical Waves. Pineapple and starfruit. We'll see how that goes. Oh, it's not bad. I'm on the 5. Are you talking about for NASDAQ? Yeah, I'm looking at the 5 right now. The only problem I have with that is this is all consolidation on the inside, which is fine. For this to turn into, I would say, a solid, like really good M, to where I'd actually look to enter, I want to see them close below this bar. Yep. That's just what I would want to see. Silver is in the middle of a range. Let's go take a look at silver. I think one of you said GU as well, so I'm going to go look at GU. All right. Definitely 3 days of breakouts, right? 3 days longs. At least. Looks like a first red. Yeah, so it's going to be the same thing, right? We've had a first red day, high of current week, day 1 of the cycle. It's day 3 of the week. We've triggered previous day's low. They're either going to reset it, and this is a trap down low, right? And they're going to go back up, which at this point in time kind of looks like that. It's not really showing a lot of weakness other than the fact that it has triggered previous day's low, which is good, but it's not really consolidating and then going vertical down through the low. It's consolidating and continuing to pump higher, which is kind of not really what I want to see for that setup. Yeah, silver was a inside first red. We triggered the low. And silver, see, they didn't really make a lower low either. They traded down into the low, which is this pin. Dollar yen. Dollar yen. All right. Bit of a failed breakout yesterday. Down moving market. Hmm. $9.37. So we've still got 8 minutes on this 15-minute bar. Scalp the opening on DJ. Looking for some follow through. Got to tell you, I don't really know what to look for on a lot of things. I know what to look for on like gold. That's really easy. And it's just simply not doing that. Paulie says there's news at 10. That's so interesting to me because on TradingView, it's saying there's no news. Wait, Paulie, I'm not seeing any news on Forex Factory either. Or am I crazy? 10 o'clock Wednesday. 8:30 we had PPI. Not red news. I see. What about oil this week? Is oil Let's see, we go here to energy calendar. 10:30, we do have inventories today on oil. So I really shouldn't even be watching this. Oh. Very interesting. $9:40 in the morning. Five minutes to go left on this bar. On this 15-minute bar. This is how things are looking. Setups wise, I don't really feel like I have much that could keep me out. I think gold was the only one where I came to the screen and I said, well, that looks easy. But now that the session has began, it doesn't look easy anymore. The signal is what told me to watch for something. And it's just not doing that. Watch 10 a.m. candle. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too. 15 minutes. I would really like to see the 9:45 candle. 9:30 candle really. The first 15 minutes. I'd like to see how this one. If this closes below here, I might be a bit more interested. But that's a maybe. Will it go back to opening range low if it breaks opening range high? Well, the rule of thumb with ranges, right, and breakouts. So we have a breakout of previous week's high. Obviously, the opening range high. We broke out of that in 3 peaks as well, which is cool. So the rule of thumb with ranges is whenever you have a breakout of that range, when the breakout fails, it can either go back to 50% or it can go back to the other side for the money. And of course, that is all speculation and big ifs. 10 a.m. club. I think every day we should just start doing a 10 a.m. check-in. Where is the 10 a.m. club? Are they prepared? $9:45 in the morning. I like US 30 or the DJ. Yeah. I think, both have broken down back under the EMA, but is that for a larger move? What if it fails to go lower? And we are in consolidate. Look at the EMA here. Right. It's just flat. It's just flat. We got a lot of oscillation around it. All right, not that I put an insane amount of weight on that EMA, but it is nice. Like I said, it's a good visual reference for consolidation and what side of the average that you're on. Is the market currently going up or down? Currently. The overall market might be going up, but right now it's going back down. It's good to know those things. I think we need to wait for we certainly need to wait for all the rogue, random, giant candles that come out of nowhere. I got slipped yesterday. I got absolutely smoked yesterday on the slip. I think I was up either 30 or 40 points, and I was at break even, and they slipped me back negative. So I wound up only up $25 for the day, which is crazy. But that's also why I put stops in there, plus a few points to make sure I'm protected. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Here we go again with the games. Look at this. Early warning signs, right? We have a few of them. We have a little bit of early warning. We're getting some back and forth. Number one, the EMA is flat. 2, swings were wide. They're getting more narrow without following through. We're getting a lot of up and down. Could be an early warning to stay away from that instrument. Gold hit the EMA long. I mean, maybe. You know? And it also hit it over here and didn't go. It broke down through the EMA over here and didn't go down. Broke down here, popped back up. This is why I don't like using the EMA for stuff like that, just because, I mean, we've got the EMA breakout over here. Failed. Mustang CAD. It's a very clean trade. That's a very clean short. Now, I will say I wish I was already in. This is the bar right here, 930. Breaks down, goes sideways. One tick below that bar. I'm in. Sorry, I'm hearing some crazy noises. So US 30 has broken down, put a 1 bar breakout, fake out, back up, and then maybe we're getting the follow through. Hmm. Shaky agreed. First red day still valid. Yeah, I think so as well. For gold, I think it's still valid. It also triggered previous day's low. Of course, this could just be another reset. That could just be another reset, but it's also not necessarily a reason to go long. If that makes sense. Can y'all hear and see me okay? Can y'all hear and see me okay? Am I still alive? Little lag. Yeah, everything started. I noticed the candles weren't moving. Well, that's not good. Don't really want to be executing trades if my internet's acting weird. It does look rainy out. I've got an echo. Now that's weird. Because I have a... Your internet is a bit shaky. Yeah, what the heck is going on? No offense, shaky. Yeah, shaky. What the heck? Always messing with my internet. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I don't like US 30 that much. Marlon, look at the 1 minute. Am I back? I'm back. All right. You really can't make this stuff up, everybody. I went from one state with one internet service, and you all saw how many times I had issues with that internet. And that was fiber. And then now I'm here. And I think I actually pay more for internet here. And it's like it's supposed to be 3 times as fast. And it still is always jacked up for whatever reason. I don't really know what the solution is. Apparently Korea has awesome internet. Yeah, I don't know. It says that I think before my server was a little bit closer. Yeah. Yeah, if anybody knows a solution to make my internet be more consistent and less suck, please let me know. Cuz I have like 300 or 400 like megabytes of upload and download speed or whatever. So it's supposed to be incredibly fast. But it's just not consistent. I get these huge spikes. And then they tell me, well, it's because the traffic, right? There's too many people. Change country. No, I'm not going to do that. I think I love my country. Not to say that it's perfect. I think no place is, but I still love it. Maybe get a booster. What is a booster? I wish, because I understand that there's heavier traffic times. 10 o'clock in the morning on a Wednesday should not be one of those times. So I don't know why I'm having these issues, but if I could figure out how to make the server give me priority over everyone else, that'd be great. Or at least give me priority over, majority. So that way mine's faster and everyone else could be slow. Which sounds like a really crazy thing to ask for, but if it can be done, then maybe somebody in here knows how. Like an extra adapter for the Wi-Fi. Okay. Okay, so here's 10 o'clock. Business internet? Ooh. I never really thought about that. Does business internet give you priority? Normally? Uh, I mean that's not for me. This is consolidating in an upwards direction. I don't really think that I can do anything with that. Unfortunately. I'm gonna go back to a 5-minute chart real quick and take a glance. You sign up for a guaranteed speed? Okay. I'll have to look into that. Thank you. I'll have to look into that. Well, so far at the very least, we have really avoided what I like to call garbage nonsense. Yeah, but I'm thinking that if we consolidate here for a little bit longer, it continues to fail to go higher, and then it breaks back down to be fine. What this looks like though is just horrible. I mean, it looks like it's consolidating, but in a direction, if that makes any sense at all. Every time that it breaks and goes higher or lower, it immediately goes back into consolidation. I very much dislike when I notice that is happening. I need a strong breakout. Why Tuesday fail as first red day? What do you mean? We had a first red day here from Friday. Monday was an inside bar, and then Tuesday was a breakout day. Anyone else got an echo? Holy cow. Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can... Good Lord, I'm scared to click any of this crap because the moment I click one of these things, surely everything is going to go to heck. No, Shaky, I have a feeling it's probably me. Unfortunately. I need to figure out which mic, if it switched me off of my normal settings because of all the lag or whatever, maybe it automatically changed my settings. I'm going to have to figure it out after the stream. I'm going to start clicking stuff. I'm going to break something. Gold Tuesday, first red day. Why did it fail? That was yesterday, Rents. That's what I'm waiting for. You know, they triggered a previous day's low. We've popped it back up. We've gone into consolidation, but they're failing to break down and go lower. That's why it's great to have a signal day that tells you what to look for. But if on the day it's not doing what it needs to do, then, I just stay out, which is what I've been doing. A better picture would have been they triggered previous day's low. They popped it back up, and maybe they consolidated sideways. Maybe they give us a little space here, but if they popped it up and consolidated sideways, they start breaking down, following through, and then at or around the open, go vertical. That's going to be the most ideal situation. They can also trigger the low and pop up 3 levels of rise, go into consolidation and breakdown. They can also break out a previous day's low, bottom of the box becomes the top of the box, break out, pull back, and then we get the low-hanging fruit, expansion, continuation to the downside. Those are the 3 scenarios that I search for. So right now, the scenario that I was waiting for to see if it was going to actually take place is they triggered the previous day's low, they popped up and gone into consolidation, but they popped it up really far, which is actually a sign of strength. And a sign of strength in a market that's already been going up and has already been parabolic, dragging shorts, makes me nervous. Right, so I'm really waiting. I'm really waiting for a clear sign. They didn't break down and make a lower low. For example, if they would have stabbed through this, right? They stab through this. They pull back. They try to go back up again. It fails. Gets in consolidation. And then maybe like 10 o'clock or 9:30. Like, if it were to do this, we'd be like, oh, death candle. Trap volume. Vertical move incoming. Here we go. And then we could take it back to the level, or we could take it back to the low of the day, whatever. Instead of doing that, we're getting what we have now, which is, in my opinion, not tradable. Absolutely, Rent. Absolutely. Yeah, that's what I should have drawn. I should have drawn the mouse. But I don't even see a first mouse in this. I just see overwhelming consolidation that refuses to break down. It refuses to do anything. We're just sitting sideways in the range. In fact, I would even be willing to use this. They put the initial low of the day, the initial high of the day. Right? They've spiked down through the low. They spiked up through the high. And now we're just sitting on the inside playing cat and mouse. Garbage. Garbage nonsense. Which seems to be a common theme these past few weeks. We just can't seem to find something that's perfect. But I do anticipate this will be a common theme coming into the end of the year, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Telling you right now, if we get to 9 or 10:30 and we're still just sitting in a range and sitting inside of a box, and they're just trying to manipulate. What the heck am I saying? They're trying to force me to take action on something, and I'm just not going to fall for it. If that's what's still happening at 10:30, I'm done. I'm not playing the silliness, and then I think I'm going to go out to the water again. And that's just what I'm going to do. Combination trade of 8. I use top step. I'm not affiliated with any of those. I just happen to land on those. I'm certainly not married to either of them. Hold on, we just had to I really wanted to be able to inspect and make sure that it closed red. I think it did. All right. It sure did. It's all dolled up. They opened. They closed. It could just be your broker, whatever broker you're on. Whatever broker you're on might be a little bit different. Sometimes the opens and the closes look a little different. Which could, we've still got a little strength left. That could be what it is. Anybody seen? No, shaky. I've been in, let's see. I have some long-term stuff going right now. Mainly in GoPro. I bought in, I'd have to go back and look. I started buying at around 60 cents. It was on this ascending, that's right, it was on this ascending triangle. Started buying down here around 60 cents. And I've been adding into my position for this move up. With stocks for long-term things, I kind of just choose companies that I think I like. I like GoPro. I think they're a cool company. I think they have good advertisement. I think they've been a little lax the past few years, and they're kind of in the danger zone to go bankrupt, but it's a good company, and they have a lot of potential, I think, to go back up. Do I think it's going to? I don't know. Same thing with XRP. Long term, started getting in way down here. It was below $2. And I've had some measured move targets that I've been watching for. But those are all long-term things that has nothing to do with 3-day cycle or anything like that. I've dumbed this down to like really stupid. Just classical charting, breakouts, and instruments that move or volatile. Anyways, you can tell I'm getting bored because I'm running out of things to talk about. Some trade management content. Yeah, I haven't made a long form content video in a while. I've kind of just been enjoying doing the streams, and that's it, if I'm being really honest. The long form content videos are great. I don't have an editor, and the slideshows take they take a really long time to make, which I think that people really appreciate. But if I'm being even more honest, the videos started to get less views. So I was like, well, yeah, if I'm going to put all this time and effort into it, and it's getting less views, and it's like, well, might as well just do the live, because I think, there's only 50 of you in here a day, but if 50 of you are at least benefiting a significant amount, then this is totally worth it. And even at peak, right? Even when I was getting a lot of views, a decent amount, right? For a new person on YouTube, it was a decent amount of views. No, you don't have to do that, Mustang, and I do appreciate it, and I've had other people tell me the same, and they've tried, in fact. And I don't want that. I had my course and I did the webinar because I thought it was helping people, and it has. I think that anybody who's done it has always, they've messaged me and said, this is great, this has really helped. And then now, with the live stream, it helps. But that was never end goal, right? I really just did it for, to make it easier to access, and I get a little something out of it, which is good. But anyways, when I was, peak views on YouTube, I was only making like $100 a month or something like that. Like, it really was not a lot for all the time that I was putting into it, which is fine. But I am watching US 30 a little bit. It still has my attention a little bit, not a lot. Still very flat. Has my internet fixed itself? Because I'm not showing off my yellow Lamborghini. Oh gosh, if I bought a Lamborghini, it certainly would not be yellow. And I'm also not buying a car that's that much money and doesn't have a radio. What's the weight on your EMA? I think it's a 20. It's a 20, and I've got I think it's real thin. Yeah, it's like the thinnest. So for an EMA to be, it's a 20, which is pretty short, and it's still this flat. No. Yeah, maybe that's how I boost my views. I get a grill, right? Some crazy like diamond thing for my teeth. I'll go buy a crazy expensive like flashy car. And then I'll just bring my laptop to the beach and that'll be my content. And it'll be great. I'm kidding. Get Nelly a diamond. I think, you know what? That's the best idea I've ever heard. Actually, Shaky. Nelly deserves it. And Nelly deserves it. She needs a diamond collar. In fact, we should get her like little diamond boots. That'd be really funny. So we can watch her walk around with the step high, the high step. What is going on with the NASDAQ? It's in a range. We're outside of the previous day's high. We triggered previous month's high. And instead of going down, we have gone into consolidation in a 1-bar trading range. And they're just wrecking everybody in both directions. I think that's probably exactly what's happening. I'm still watching gold as well. I don't know if I believe this. Can I look at US Swiss? Absolutely. Absolutely I can. Let's go take a look. Yep, that one. That's a good first screen day, too. They triggered the previous day's high. They've gone into consolidation. I'm on a 1-hour chart. How long have they been going down for? A little bit. Not a really long time. Oh, but we have been going down from over here. Okay. And then we finally broke down. And then we got a first green day. We've triggered the high. What's it look like on the day? It's just very sideways. That's my only problem with it. It's not super clean. I'd be worried about getting in and it's in consolidation. I don't hate it though. I don't hate it. This is a nice little double bottom at the low of the day. I don't hate it. I'd be worried about it bumping its head again though and failing. It's also at closing price. How do you utilize closing price? Trap volume. It's also a level to target. Reversion. It's like mean reversion, right? So if we're up high and it does roll over, or if we're down low and it pumps up, revert back to the mean. You can use it to look for trap volume throughout the week. You can also use it to tell what kind of day it is. For example, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to tell we're in consolidation, but at the same time, it's nice to see the close from yesterday and that we're oscillating around it, which tells me we could wind up with a consolidated day. Wait, hold on. What is US 30 doing? I think it might be trying to catch me off guard. Are they trying to catch me off guard? Yeah, I'm in it really small. I'm in it really small. I want to see it. I want to see it flush. No flush, no trade, no size in. If it flushes, I'm going to size in. No flush, no size. I'm keeping it tight. Oh boy. 1 minute and 13 seconds left on the bar. Let's see if there's proof of move or if this is just more, what do we call it in here in the P2P live stream? Yes, garbage nonsense. Is it going to put in a higher close, slightly higher than this bar here, and just give me the boot? Or do we get some follow through? I've got a 15-point stop. It's very tight. "17 seconds left on the bar. I'd really like to see it close just a little bit lower than this. Don't give me a 1, 2, 3 into the low, failure to go lower, and give me an engulfment on the next 5-minute bar, completely smoking my 15-point stop. No, don't do that." Hey everybody, it's 10:30. I know that because my alarm went off again. We've broken down, we've gone sideways. Let's get that explosive flush. Good explosive flush through the low. Let's expand a range a little bit. Can we expand a range? Why do I still have this up here? That's not what I want to see. Can we expand a range? Can we expand it? How about we expand it? Can you all guess what I'm trying to, what I'm waiting for? Can you guess what I want to happen? Would you guess that I want it to expand? I'm at break even, plus 1 point. Currently up 13 points. But can we expand it? That's the real question. Sluggish. Sluggish, 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 you say. I'm inclined to agree. I am inclined to agree. Hmm. I don't like it. I could be wrong. They are pulling lower, right? So it could be fine. But I don't like it. It's just the moment we get down to the low, it's a little slow again. Where did I enter at the break of this bar's low? Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sure. That's that flush of the low that I'm talking about. You really want to see it just push through. All right, there's 50, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. Not bad. Not bad at all. Patience pays. Patience pays a lot. All right. And also, noticing this, look at this. Swing's getting, real shallow. Started to open up a little bit, popped it back up, went back into consolidation, failed to go higher once again. After breaking down, we got the 3 peaks, breaks down, 1 tick below this bar, got in, looking for an expansion. We get our expansion, I get out. Rocket science, I tell you. It's rocket science. Not really. Nice little session, Scalp. Coming off the high of the month, but I do hope that today turns into like first red or something like that, and we get something great for tomorrow that's a little bit more clear, and we get an actual trading setup that can really explode and play out, play out well. This was a nice little bread and butter, but nothing crazy. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'm done. I've been sitting here. I'm feeling it. I'm ready to be done. You'll have a great rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, 9:15 a.m. Eastern time, ready to go, ready to trade. See y'all then.